We're back at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for coverage of Time Attack Track Battle Group D, and here's the Sundae Cup group, and look at all of them, Greg. This is so fun.
And they just always pack up, don't they? Because they're looking for any kind of draft they can get, anything they can do, using the guy in front as a carrot, trying to get a little tow and having some fun. And this is why this group, when the drivers get out of these cars, the grins are the biggest you're going to find probably in the entire thing. And the best part about this is these cars, bang for the buck, I don't think there's anything better because they are a blast to drive and they're relatively inexpensive.
Certainly. And look at this train down the backstretch and a couple of the cars in this train at the front. Sam Dooling, who is here with Abbott Auto Performance, and with Jake Abbott, who's right behind him in line. Sam and Jake, they are part of our tech crew here as well this weekend. They've been doing a phenomenal job getting some track time here this afternoon. That's great to see for them. But Jake Abbott's car was in the wall at Autobahn Country Club and destroyed the whole left side of the car. He basically pulled the dents out. He said, I bought it for $800. I don't care. I'm going to go back out and do it again. Well, not put it in the wall, but go out and compete again next week. And here he is. So Dooling, Abbott, Smith, Streeter in the Mini Cooper in the 771 car, about third or fourth in line there. That's a really unique choice. Mini Coopers, heavier, slower Miatas. You've got fits in this category. Mazda 2s. You could bring a Yaris. You could bring all sorts of stuff and fit right into this group.
Now, here's the thing. What can you do to these cars in terms of any kind of modifications? It's very restricted.
Pretty restricted. I mean, you can run any brakes that you want, essentially any suspension that you want, but you can't really do anything to the power level. And
you can't modify the pickup points or anything like that, right?
Yeah, correct. So it's relatively straightforward in terms of classing, and it's not spec, but it's pretty close to it. And you end up with cars that, dyno at 89 wheel horsepower, and that's awesome because you're carrying speed and you're in packs and you're using the slipstream. And look at, this is so fun. There's Jake Abbott tucking in behind Streeter into turn one, and here's some lap times. Look at Goo up in the 782 up to a 151.315, but just getting up to speed. And as these cars burn the fuel off, weight is an important factor in these. And I know they don't have a lot of fuel in them, but you just have to worry about fuel starving them because of where the fuel pickup is.
Right, and the issue is these are fairly light cars, so a tank or whatever they run for fuel becomes a higher percentage of a lighter car, and that means it affects it just a little bit more. So when they burn off, they definitely will be. And what happens when the car gets lighter, everything about it gets more responsive. It accelerates better, it brakes better, it turns better, all of that, and that's part of the game. To give you an idea, folks, of how competitive this Sundae Cup class is, the track record coming in here set last year, Matt Williams ran a 150.484. As of the previous session, 6 guys were underneath him.
And they're all incredibly close on the timing sheet. Look at the results from earlier in the day. We've got, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars in the 49s?
Yeah, it's insane. So close.
And like we said yesterday, yes, this is a class to get your feet wet into track competition because the limits are low, but it's also a catch net for those that have burned themselves out on crazy fast, crazy ridiculous, crazy expensive cars. This is just where you go to have simple, fun competition, but also at an extremely high level. Let's make no mistake, these cars are not going that fast, but they're going fast, if you know what I mean.
Well, and they are being driven at the top end of this on the limit of the car, and that's what, it doesn't matter what you're driving. If you get to the limit of that car, you're doing well, and you're having fun, and that's what this is about, and this allows you to do it inexpensively, safely, and everything. And if you are a young person that has some designs on maybe, geez, I'd like to do a lot of racing here, well, it gives you a wonderful opportunity to learn how to drive momentum, which will serve you well no matter where you end up. Dorsey Schrader to this day says he won his Trans Am championship as a rookie because all the time he spent in spec racer. Underpowered, undertired, momentum.
Well, with that, we got to get prepped for our GLTC race. So we got a couple of laps in there, but I don't think the records are falling quite yet for this one. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on the social media for the Sundae Cup competition. We'll be back in a few minutes for Gridlife Touring Cup race number 4.